Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Abby.
And I'm Emily.
How's it going, Emily? How's it going?
It's so good.
So good?
Oh, it's so good over here.
That is so good. Happy almost Halloween, everyone. We're still almost about a week away from Halloween when you're seeing this, but, it'll be after Halloween for the next one. So I hope everyone is in the Halloween spirit because obviously
We sure are.
We are. So let's address what's going on here a little bit. There was a tragedy.
Okay.
There was a tragedy.
I'm really sad about this, quite honestly.
And Larry has gone missing. I don't know what has happened to Larry, but he has gone missing. So...
Did you look for him at your house?
No, because I know he's at Timo and Judy's. Like, I know he's not at our house. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I didn't look, but... He's gone missing. So... Everyone, keep me in your prayers that we can locate Larry because it really would be quite the tragedy if we lost him forever.
You'd have to make a new one.
Yeah, and I don't have the energy to redo Larry because Larry was an icon because of his origin story.
Exactly.
But so the original plan was I was gonna dress up as Larry, and Emily was gonna be a skeleton. Which she slayed. She slayed so hard. But we got down to the wire and I could not find Larry.
And let's mention what the wire means. The wire means Abby texted me, we were supposed to start recording at 1 p.m. Abby texted me at 1:01 and said, I can't find Larry, give me 5 minutes.
No, it was 1:10. It was 1:10 when I finally texted you. We had been looking for like a solid 20 minutes. And then...
R.I.P. Larry.
R.I.P. Larry. So, what we have landed on is this beautiful piece of art.
Which we need to... It is a piece of art. Because
not only is it a piece of art...
It's a Judy original.
It's a historic piece of art.
It's a Judy historic piece of art.
It is a Judy original.
Let's give some context. So, when I was in the 5th grade, when I was 12 years old, I did show the whole thing. Please show the whole thing. Yes.
Continue.
Ooh. So I did a presentation on the decade of the 1910s to the 1920s, so the 1910s, that decade, and I had to give a presentation in school, and of course, Judy being Judy, we thought it'd be a great idea to dress up as this era, and because obviously we are not from the 1910s, she ended up making a whole dress. Like, she sewed a whole dress for this 5th grade school project. And that was,
16 years ago?
17 years ago. And it is still here. It still looks amazing. Abby is slaying.
I am slaying as a 1910 lady. But also, more lore with this dress. I was Miranda in The Tempest by William Shakespeare for our 6th grade play. For 6th grade, we did a Shakespeare play. And it was The Tempest, I was Miranda, it was a whole thing. Anyways, for costumes, I wore this lovely piece.
Yeah, she did.
So this thing has been through it. It's iconic. It's
made its way to the pod.
Made its way to the podcast. So R.I.P. Larry. But shout out to Judy for 17 years ago making this iconic piece.
Oh my gosh, it was 17 years ago. That was so long. Oh, I feel old. I feel really old.
I feel like a very proper lady in this dress. Even though I do
you look like a proper lady.
Have sweatpants on underneath. I
love it.
I changed in a hurry. But I do feel very proper lady.
I love it. It looks so cute. She looks all cute. I have my skeleton face on. I was gonna try and find another costume, but I just didn't have time yesterday to do it. So I went to the grocery store and I'm gonna show everybody. I bought one of these like little like cartoony fake makeup that cost $2, and I did this a couple years ago and I loved it, and so I was like, well, I'll just recreate it because it's easy. So
she killed it. She really
catch
did
me doing this all week. So
yep.
yeah, so that's that. But welcome to the Halloween episode, guys.
Happy Halloween, everyone. We are so excited that this is Halloween time. Very, very fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Okay, so should we get into this week's episode?
Yes.
Should we kind of start?
We have some pop culture stuff.
We do have some pop culture stuff. Do we start or end there?
Well, end.
Because
I have a lot to say.
What other pop culture stuff do you have? Oh, I have one as well.
Okay. There was the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
And it was painfully underwhelming.
So here's the thing. I watched the entire fashion show, which I've never watched it in its entirety before. This one I did watch in its entirety. And having never watched one before, as far as like the runway, the performances, all of that, like I didn't think it was I thought it was great. Like I really thought it was great.
Yeah.
The outfits were underwhelming.
Very.
And the wings were... What was Candace Swanepoel? How do you say her last name?
Schwanepoel.
What were those? Those were not wings. That was so disappointing. Also, she has never looked better. Adriana Lima has never looked better. Alessandra Ambrosio never looked better. Bella Hadid never looked better. Gigi Hadid never looked better.
They
were all gorgeous. Gorgeous.
They are, and they were amazing, and so it was so underwhelming. Like the outfits because like, you know, you look back at
years past,
previous years of the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and the outfits were so cool. Like it was just so cool and so intricate, and they put so much time and effort, and to me it just felt a little like
last minute
thrown together.
Yeah.
Like it just
whoopsies.
But it just didn't have the like same excitement that it used to, and I like I don't know. Gigi was talking about how she learned a move from Taylor Swift, and I saw it and I was like, this wasn't executed the way you made it. Like there was so much hype behind it that it was just all like let down. Like, and that's just kind of how I felt about everything. I will say Tyra looked great. I felt like Tyra really kind of was the star of like the way that her outfit worked and all that stuff. I really liked Tyra, but overall I just was very sad.
Yeah, it was very underwhelming.
It.
I will say, I think Adriana Lima's, her second look, the red look, was gorgeous.
Was
I think that one or Bella's was my favorite. Bella looks so good. Oh my gosh. Which it was very exciting because we didn't know if she was going to be in it or not, because she's like retired from modeling kind of. And so, and like her name was never announced, and then she was like other than Tyra, she was like the last person.
The last one, yeah.
So, but everyone looks gorgeous. It was very good.
Yeah.
Also, Lisa from Blackpink, she performed, and I don't know anything about that at all. Like K-pop, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't either.
She did so good. She did so good. Like it was like so good. I loved it. So
cool.
So that's all.
I get that. It was good.
But yeah.
So okay, my next pop culture thing that we need to talk about, and you yourself are gonna really appreciate this, Abby, because Ariana Grande was on SNL a week ago.
Yes, she was. Yes,
and
she was.
We've established before, I am not an Ariana Grande fan, really. I'm not vibing on it.
I am.
Did this SNL episode make me an Ariana Grande fan? Yes.
Yes!
I am obsessed with Domingo.
Freaking Direct from Domingo was the funniest thing in the whole entire world. Oh my gosh. That one, and then the one
Marcelo,
the one where she's like the mother-in-law with
she makes out with Bowen.
That was so funny. That episode was so funny.
I saw a thing of like a petition to get Ariana to be a regular cast member for a whole season, because she can hold her own with them, and like I would actually love that, like to stunt cast one season for SNL, like put Ariana Grande on there, because she like actually gets what SNL is.
Yes.
Like I feel like there's so many celebrities that don't actually understand SNL and like all the stuff behind it, but she actually gets it, and I think it's her theater kid background and everything, and so I was like, I just need more. Like, I need more Domingo, my best friend's house, like
the Castrato.
Just
oh my gosh, genuinely was so funny. Like that was like it was perfect.
Unreal.
The like blank stare.
Unreal.
And just the way she looked in her costume. Oh my gosh, it was perfect. It was perfect.
It was truly such a perfect sketch. Like she, like her episode, like almost every sketch was just like one hit after another. Like it was just so many good.
It was so funny.
Good sketches, like constantly. So I was obsessed with it. Like I could not. I still can't. I still like go back and watch the videos like every day.
So funny.
Because it's so good. Yeah.
So
like
funny.
I'm obsessed with it. And this SNL episode is converting me to be an Ariana fan because I
love Ariana
truly loved that episode that much.
No, I love Ariana Grande.
Like, yeah, it was so good. So like, I don't know, the SNL's been really good. I didn't love this week.
But it wasn't very funny. I'm not gonna lie.
And I mean, I think they probably used all their really good stuff on Ariana. So for Michael Keaton, there just wasn't the same level of, with the turnaround and stuff. But
it just felt like a lot of the same. Like a lot of the sketches were very similar, and they weren't very.
Well, they were repeats of a lot of them.
Oh, of his old ones.
Like not of his old ones, but just of ones they Heidi and them do, like Heidi, like the shopping network with Heidi and Mikey. Yeah. That's like one they do a lot. They just chuck in a new celebrity. Yeah. So I mean, I thought the TikTok thing was funny, like your feed on TikTok, because it was true. Mm-hmm. But I was like, where's Michael Keaton? Like he's not even in this at all. Like,
I think the funniest one was the Michael Myers one. The like Halloween one.
That was actually
that
really
one was funny. But I thought that was good. That's just because Mikey Day is hilarious. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he carried that one, and that's why it was funny.
I love Mikey Day. So honestly, I feel like the I don't love the new people yet. Like this season, the new guy Emil is like pretty good. Is like kind of funny from his weekend update this week, but like. He's not great, but like Marcelo and Mikey and what's his name? He played Ariana's husband he's in like all of them. He played the king in the Castrato. Andrew. Yeah, he's so funny. Like I feel like there's like, and Bowen. I feel like there's a pretty good core cast right now.
I love Bowen.
And I'm obsessed with this like cast. Yeah. Like I just like the core cast. Like. I think they're really funny.
I agree. I think they're hilarious.
Yeah, I just love it. So, it's been good. But SNL with Ariana Grande was truly
so funny. So funny.
So good. So good. Like cannot stop.
Yeah.
Cannot stop.
Yeah.
So
funny.
Okay. Do you have others, or do we get into the big one?
I think we get into the really, really sad news. Like I'm genuinely so upset about this. Liam Payne passed away.
I'm genuinely heartbroken.
Liam Payne passed away from One Direction, and I honestly can't believe it. Like it's been almost a week now, and I still genuinely just can't believe it.
I have no words. Like truly. I like don't know what to say about it. Like it's heartbreaking. And I don't know. It
is. I feel like this has like been such a good example of like people just die. Like they can be here 1 second and then the next second they're not. Like I've never been so shocked by a death for sure. And like I am just, One Direction was just such a huge part of my childhood. Like truthfully, love One Direction, and it just did not think it would end so soon, kind of a thing, you know, like.
It's just, like it's just sad. Like I don't know. It kind of like, I think this one hits harder, but it reminds me a lot of like when Corey Monteith died from Glee, like, and it was semi-similar circumstances, and even when Kobe Bryant died, like just like the shock of it, like just kind of like the freak random things, It's just heartbreaking, and it's just like, it's just sad that
it's
like
so sad. And like, I mean, he has a 7-year-old son. Like, it's just so sad. So sad.
Yeah, like, I just don't even know. Yeah, it just, like, it's just sad, because it was just so, like, out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so, like, it like you said, it just kind of shows, like, how the fragility of life, and, like, how it's just not,
you just never know.
Yeah, I don't even know.
You just never know.
Yeah.
But
which is so sad.
But my thoughts and prayers are with his family and his friends and the other members of One Direction. Like, I can't even imagine what they're going through right now.
Well, I mean, Zayn postponed his tour.
Yeah. All of their posts
because
just made
he just
me cry.
can't.
It was like,
oh yeah, all of them did. And like because I've been so sad about it. I've been watching a lot of like TikToks of like edits of like One Direction in their heyday.
I cry up every time.
I get so sad, and I just watch them all, and I just like, it just is so sad. Like it's just heartbreaking.
It really is. Like, I genuinely, like, I don't have words. It's just so so sad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't know what else to say about it.
But any Directioners out there, we are mourning with you, because this is...
Reach out.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk about One Direction with you, because...
I think, and I do think that's been one thing, like, I feel like I've noticed, like, just how much One Direction really did impact so many people's lives. Like, I know how it impacted me, I know how it impacted you, but, like, there's just so many people with so many stories, and, like, the world is heartbroken, truly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it really is. Like, yeah, it's been an interesting weekend.
Yeah.
Because it really hasn't even been 4 or 5 days. Like, it's been pretty recent, so it's just sad. Yeah.
Very sad.
I don't even know. Yeah.
So, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do like a One Direction episode sometime soon or something, so we can reminisce. Because I really want to, like, for Christmas one year, I got their movie in my stocking, and I really want to rewatch it, but I, like, can't bring myself to, because I know it's just gonna make me so sad. But maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe
we'll do that one of these first days.
I'm just genuinely heartbroken.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I think a One Direction episode would be good.
And so if you have One Direction memories or favorite things or something, send them in and we can talk about it. Because
yeah, we absolutely will.
Because we love One Direction.
Always and forever. So.
Yep. Okay, well, moving on from that, we are very sad.
There's no good way to transition.
There's no good way to transition, but we are genuinely heartbroken, and we wish everyone the best.
Yeah.
But so obviously we're at the end of spooky season, and
which is crazy.
This, I feel like since like August, like, time is just flying. Like, it's crazy. But
no, I agree.
So we're at the end of spooky season, so we said that we would get Emily to watch a scary movie. We found that the extent of the scary movie was not too scary, but a little scary. And so
okay, but let's preface, okay? This movie scared the living daylights out of us when we were little.
It did.
So going into it, when we decided upon the movie, this was supposed to be scarier than it ended up being.
Yes. Well, yes. I mean, I think I knew it was not going to be that scary because we were really little when this movie was really scary. You know?
Well, let's be honest. You were really little.
It's true.
I'm 5 years older than you.
That is true.
So,
I was really little. And this movie did scare me to death. Okay, so anyways. Okay, so the movie that we decided to watch, which if you've been watching the other episodes of Spooky Season, this won't be a surprise because we've been hinting. It is Poltergeist.
Yes. It is Poltergeist.
The original one from the 80s.
from the 80s,
Yes.
all spookiness and all.
Poltergeist
Is this
1.
okay? So let's get into it. It's a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah, did not realize that. Did not realize that at
Did
all.
not know that until the opening credits,
Yes.
and I was like, "Excuse me, Mr. Spielberg,
Yep.
when did you make this weird movie?"
Yes. Okay, so overall thoughts. What were your thoughts on this?
I genuinely, it was I don't know what to think. I didn't like it. And not for the scariness of it.
Okay.
I just didn't like it.
Okay.
Like, I think I went into it with the terror memories of my childhood. And so that's kind of what I was, like, thinking about, what it was going to be more like. Didn't like it. And not because I didn't think it was very scary.
No, not
at all. But I just didn't like it.
Okay.
What about you? What are your initial thoughts on it?
I think it's a classic horror movie, or like scary movie from the time. You know what I mean? Like, it is very much what it was at that time. It was not scary. There was one jump scare that scared me a little bit. But other than that, it was not very scary. It was exactly how I remember it being, though. Like, I had just vivid memories throughout the whole thing. I'm like, yep, this comes next, this comes next, this comes next. Like, it was hilarious. Interesting. I just, like, I had that memory, that movie memorized.
Really? Because I did not. So I had, like, scenes of it and, like, parts of it, like, burned into my brain, but I thought they came at different points in the movie. So I was genuinely confused about what was going on about not 90% of the time, because, like, you follow the story, whatever, but, like, I was confused from what I expected because I just didn't know where it was going, kind of, and, like, how it was gonna go, because that was not how I remembered it. I remembered scenes and stuff very perfectly, but not the overall, like, movement of the movie. Gotcha. So I think that's kind of interesting that we had different experiences.
Yeah, no, there were definitely scenes I didn't remember, but the majority of it, like vivid memories of this movie.
Interesting. Okay.
So I was not like, it was longer than I remember it being, for sure.
Oh, so long. It was so long.
But it was very much how I remembered it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. So should we get into, like, kind of the movie and go through it and kind of talk about it a little bit? Yeah. Okay, so it starts... See, this is the part that blew me away, is it starts with the little girl staring at the TV. I thought I skipped halfway through the movie. I thought I started... I was like, what is going on?
I didn't realize the monsters or the ghosts, whatever they are, came in so quickly into the movie. Like, there was no, like, lead up really to that.
No, it just started. Yeah. Like, I was like, did I start the movie halfway through? Because this should be happening, like, I thought this happened at the end.
You have to
like,
establish
I didn't think
their
this was
happy family, they're starting over, the, like, whole thing, and then the ghosts come. But no, right off the bat.
And then, nope, right off the bat. And so, yeah, I just don't even know. So, it starts off, it's this family, they live in this house, and all of a sudden this little girl sits up and just stares at the static on the TV. And
well, no, she's like, called. Oh. She's called to the static.
But you can't really tell. Like,
I could tell.
Like,
okay. She was called to the static. She could hear things that was coming from the TV. Yes. So she went to the TV.
She went to the TV. Yeah.
They're here.
What are you? See, that was weird. Like, I didn't like... Okay, also, why is it the fact that she's blonde makes it even creepier? Like, there's something about a little blonde girl that is so creepy.
Really? I think the total opposite. Because, I mean, you think of, like, The Grudge or The Ring or, like, all these. They have dark hair.
See, I always think, like, a little girl who's blonde like that just always freaks me out so much. Like, I'm like, ugh.
There you go.
But it's kind of funny.
It's But, yeah. So anyways... They go, so the girl kind of, like, makes contact with the TV, and then strange things start happening around the house.
But nothing bad. Just kind of funny things.
Mostly to do with their dining room chairs.
Yeah, the dining room chairs start moving around the kitchen. The brothers...
They're stacking.
The brothers' spoons get bent. Like, you know, the cup bottom pops off. If you sit in one spot in the kitchen, it'll slide you all the way down to the dining room.
Like, just kind of some silly little occurrences. But the thing is, that's interesting, is they recognize that this is paranormal. And they are 100%
immediately
okay with it. They are like, this is the coolest thing we've ever seen in our lives. We've got a bestie that's a ghost.
Could not be me. If I had a bestie that was a ghost, she would not be bestie.
The chairs stack once. I am out of that house. I am out of that house faster than I can sneeze. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You will not find me sticking around paranormal activity.
No, not at all. I am instantly gone. Yes. Like, that is... Why would you stick around? Why would you engage with it?
Genuinely.
Why would you think, this is so funny, ha ha ha, goofy silly, let's play with the ghosts? No.
No way, Jose. Could not be me.
Could not.
So anyways, then after they've all recognized that there is this ghost or whatever presence in their house, it just eats up the daughter, takes her right through her closet.
So quickly. Okay, this is the thing. I thought this was at the end. I thought all this happened at the end. I was so confused why all of a sudden it just went full speed. Daughter is kidnapped. The son is in the tree. Like, everybody's freaking out. There's like all this stuff. I was like, why is this happening within the first 10 minutes of the movie? This is supposed to happen later.
That's really funny.
I was like, I don't understand what's going on. So I was so confused. And I just felt like there was no buildup. Like, there was no
buildup.
There was no, like, ghost was nice, and then it was maybe not quite as nice, and then, oh, this is probably not great, and then it eats the daughter. It was nice ghost eats daughter.
Yep.
Yep. Like, I was so... The pacing was really bad.
The pacing was a little... It was just kind of odd. Like, it's not like any other horror movie ever. There was no build-up to this movie.
Yeah, but it didn't even feel like it, because I took a film class, I took a couple film classes in college, and we learned about, like, the process of, like, the story arc, and this didn't follow story arcs, like the conventional story arcs that legitimately every single movie basically ever follows, like, and so that makes sense and make the pacing feel correct. There's this formula or whatever, and this didn't follow any of them, and so I was just thrown off the entire time. And because after these classes I kind of like analyze the movies as I'm watching them to like kind of know X, Y, and Z, what's gonna plot point next a little bit, and I couldn't follow it, and I was so confused, and it just felt like I just couldn't. And maybe that's part of it, like the unsettled feeling, because you don't feel settled with the movie because it's not following the proper,
which is probably part of that's probably intentional, to be honest, was the pacing of it. But it was so the little girl gets sucked into her closet.
While the brother is being sucked into the tree.
Literally being eaten by a tree. Sucked into the trunk of this tree. Which was wild. Very wild.
Wild.
But anyways, so the parents, they run after the kid who's being sucked into the tree. They don't realize their little daughter is being sucked in the closet. So she gets sucked into the closet, disappears. They can't find her anywhere. And so, days go by, they can't find this little girl. And all of a sudden, they start hearing her in the static of the TV. And we're like, where is she? She's around here, but you can only hear her in the static. And
you can only hear her in the static. And then the mom starts to try to talk to her, and other people try to talk to her, but she only talks to the mom.
She can only hear the mom.
Only to the mom.
Which is very interesting. But so now everything has just gone kaput, and
so quickly. But they
it's so funny, like, the things are moving all around. They can't even go into the kids' room. They have it locked.
They try to open it at one point, and it's all of a sudden the room starts screaming at them, and then the mom's like, I'm sorry room. And I was like, when did the room take over?
So then they get paranormal experts to come in to address the house, see what's going on, see what it is. And they decide it's not a demon or a spirit, it's a poltergeist. Still unclear about what the
what a poltergeist is.
But it is a poltergeist.
Yeah.
So they try and like figure out what to do. It doesn't work. And then they call in the smallest, creepiest lady in the whole entire world. So this lady, who is just so tiny, is just the cutest little lady, but she's got these scary little glasses on. If she wasn't acting spooky, she would be a very cute little lady. But she's acting spooky.
Okay.
But anyways, so
very spooky.
She's very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, why can't I think of it? Very just
I don't know.
Very interesting spooky lady. And so she comes in.
I hated her.
She comes in and she's like, I am going to get your daughter back. What we have to do is we have to face the room. So they go into the room that screams at you if you open the door. And she's like, I feel like it's coming from the closet. And we're like, you genius. That's right. That's where she was sucked in.
You genius.
That's where she was sucked in.
That's where she disappeared.
And so she goes, gets sucked in, or whatever. They open it. The closet is now a portal. It is a swirly portal.
Yes. How we got there, how we figured that out, we don't know. Sure. Never explained.
Well, she knew it. She
explained.
She felt the vibes, is what it was. She felt the vibes.
She felt the vibes, and she knew where the exit of the portal would be, too. Let's preface that.
They practiced. They threw stuff in, and then it came out. They found it. They practiced.
They found it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what we didn't mention was the one ghost hunter's face melted off, but that was just the ghost.
Okay, that was one of the worst parts. I could not watch the TV. I hated that so much. The
chicken with the maggots was the worst part for me.
That too.
The melty
that
face,
was horrible too.
The melty face felt very reminiscent of Raiders of the Lost Ark when they all melt.
That's what I thought too. But like him pulling it was that's the part.
That was icky.
Because the melting is one thing. It's the
pulling.
pulling off.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So he's gone. He's not. He's gone. He's done. But anyways, so
he yeeted away.
They found the portal where it connects and where it drops.
Yes.
And again, remember, the mom is the only one who can contact this child. So the mom straps herself up and dives in.
Goes into the portal.
And
into the poltergeist. Is what we're assuming it is.
Yes, whatever that is.
Whatever poltergeist is.
Because I remember what a poltergeist is. So it was all of these souls that were trying to get out of, like, find their end, kind of.
Oh, they didn't know they were dead.
Yeah, they didn't know they were dead. Like, they were trying to find their end, find the light. And the poltergeist was holding them back from getting to their end. And because the little girl was alive, all of the souls liked that she was living, kind of a thing. And the poltergeist liked that she was living. Yeah. So anyways, so she had to, like, help these souls reach the light. So,
but she couldn't go to the light because it was bad.
Well, she would die. That's the thing. Like, you, like, pass on if you go through the light. So they didn't want her to go through the light because then she would be gone.
Yes.
But so anyways.
Then she would be gone. Okay.
So the mom dives in, grabs the girl, they pull her out. They're all stuck in all this icky, gooey ickiness. And they're like, oh, it's beautiful. We're done. The poltergeist is gone. We did it. Psych. So.
Big psych.
So they think everything's great, whatever.
The weird short lady who reminded me a lot of the pink lady in Harry Potter. Like, I just, those were the same vibes. Like, I hated her. She goes, the house is pure. And you're like,
slay.
Oh, okay.
Awesome, we love it.
You're like, slay. There's still 30 minutes of this movie, so I highly doubt the house is pure.
And there are like 3 scenes burned into my brain we have not seen yet. So,
yes.
Anyways, so psych. The house is not pure, but they're moving. They're getting out of there.
They're like, you know what? We had a pretty traumatic experience in this house. We're gonna leave.
We're done.
Which, like, They should have done when the first chair is stacked, I think.
But I digress.
But whatever.
But also, come to find out,
house.
so the dad of this family is a real estate agent. And the company that he works for, their specialty is moving graveyards. Like, they just build on top of graveyards. They move it all and then build. And so...
Yeah. So they have more space. They like compact them into a new area.
Yeah.
Move them around.
Yeah.
They move the graveyard. That's what they say. They move all the graveyard.
And so...
all of it.
Everyone's about to move out of this house. They have everything all packed up and everything. And...
It's their last night.
Their last night. So... Psych, the poltergeist is not gone. It is back, and it is here with a vengeance. And so
it is mad.
The mom is like floating all over the ceiling, and then the little boy, the little clown, strangles him.
That is the worst.
That's the jump scare. That is the jump scare of the movie.
That's the jump scare, and it freaked me out. Clowns, I cannot do a clown. They scare me so freaking bad, and I knew from the very beginning of this stupid movie that clown was gonna be my downfall when it came to this movie.
That scene is burned.
That
scene is burned into my brain. I have vivid memories of
horrifying.
That scene.
Horrifying.
But so the clown is trying to kill the little boy. The closet, once again, a portal. So somehow we get to the point where the mom is trying to grab all the kids. Did she fall out?
And
How did she get outside?
No, okay, so this is what happens. Okay. So, because I watched this literally about 2 hours ago. So it's right here. So she starts running. She goes to run and to open the door to the room or whatever. And the weird poltergeist energy throws her down the stairs and throws her outside.
She runs to the neighbors. She runs to get help from the neighbors.
Yeah. And so she runs, so she's going, and it throws her into the pit that's going to be a swimming pool.
Yes. And then all of a sudden, all these graves start popping out of the ground, and these skeletons start popping out of the ground. And come to find out, the real estate people only moved the headstones. They didn't move the graves.
They didn't move.
So they
didn't move the graves.
They were living on top of all of these dead bodies. Of course it's cursed. Of course it's cursed.
Of course. Naturally.
But do you know the fun fact about that scene?
Yeah, and I hate it. I watched that knowing this fact, and I was so angry for every person involved that it... Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, you watch the scene, there's all these skeletons coming out of the ground.
There's so many of them.
Coming out of the ground.
There's so many.
So many. Come to find out, these are real human skeletons. These are real skeletons. These are not prop skeletons. These are real human skeletons being thrown on this poor woman.
And she didn't know.
That is horrific.
Do you know how much money you could sue for nowadays?
I would have sued their butts so hard. They would never see the light ever again, because
that would have been Steven Spielberg's last movie.
That is horrendous. I don't care how much money they saved using real human skeletons. That is horrific.
I just the thought of that poor woman.
Oh my gosh.
And having to be in the water with all these skeletons, horrifying.
Thinking they're prop skeletons. She did not know these were real human skeletons. The trauma.
Oh, it's so bad. But then also, these poor human skeletons. Where did they get all of these skeletons?
I know.
There are so many. If you watch even through the rest of the movie, through the rest of this crazy scene, there's so many. There's got to be hundreds of these not stupid skeletons.
May they rest in peace.
But may they rest in peace. Hopefully not near Steven Spielberg. But why? And how? This is just horrifying.
It makes my skin crawl.
I hate everything that it is. I hate it.
I can't handle it.
I hate it.
Horrific. So anyways, she takes a swimming... She
movie.
goes in the pool with the skeletons. She gets out. Her neighbors help her get out. They go inside. They open the door. And they pull all the kids out. Right?
Yes. Yes, she pulls all the kids out. And So then then the dad comes home because he had to go do stuff with work, and so he comes home and skeletons are popping out of the ground, coffins are flying, and there's skeletons everywhere, real skeletons, and they're just flying everywhere, and you just hear them go, "Dad, help us," as like a skeleton pops up right in between them and all this kind of stuff. It's horrifying. I hate it. And so then they all finally get out of the house.
The real estate, the like home builder owner happens to be there as well. He goes, "You didn't move the graves. You just moved the headstones." Oh, very dramatic. But so they all get out of the house. The house is like glowing and like all this crazy stuff.
The neighbors are everywhere. The other daughter comes home
with hickeys all over her neck. She's been at her
boyfriend's house.
Hickeys everywhere. And then...
she remembers that Holiday Inn.
Yeah, she does remember. She's been to the Holiday Inn before. But the house starts spinning, like it lifts up off of its roots, spinning, and then... the house...
disappears.
It's gone.
Disappears.
It's gone.
And then they get to the Holiday Inn, and they close the door on their hotel room, and then the dad wheels out the TV.
When a TV was still on wheels.
That is the scene that I have burned into my brain, is the dad with the TV. And also, we didn't even really talk too much about this, but when the mom rescues the daughter from the Poltergeist area room thing, they come out, and they're covered in a goo. That is the only thing that I can think of that it looks like to me is when, and this is very specific, and I don't know if anybody else will think this, when you get Chinese food and you get sweet and sour pork, and then you go to heat it up in the morning and you have the sauce and it's kind of congealed before it melts, that's what the goo looked like all over their body.
Okay, do you know what it looks like to me? You know those little cans of like petroleum jelly that you light for fondue? That's what it looks like. It's like a little pink goo, like congealed goo.
Yeah.
It's icky.
What if it was petroleum jelly and they accidentally lit the mom on fire?
This whole movie is so cursed, wouldn't even be shocked.
Wouldn't even be surprised, but yeah.
But.
Crazy.
So, that is how the movie ends. They wheel out the TV, so it can't happen again. Come to find out, there's like 2 more movies, so obviously something does happen again. But.
Obviously something, but we hate it.
It was... A, not very well done. B, not a great story.
No.
But it's so iconic. It's such a classic. And it's one of those movies that is a really, if you want to like scare your kids, it's a great movie to scare your kids. Because as a child, this movie was terrifying.
It will scare your kids. I watched it Home Alone tonight, and I think I'll be fine because it really wasn't that scary. The clown was the scariest part to me. Oh, also, let's also talk about this. At one point, the poltergeist apparates as a skeleton dog on the top of the stairs. And it's just, like, barking at the mom. And, well, okay.
What I think that was, because there's another part where it, like, comes out and it's all these people.
Yes.
So I think those were the souls that were trying to reach the light. So maybe a dog was
But what about the skeleton dog?
Maybe the dog was one of them. I don't know.
The giant skeleton dog.
The giant skeleton dog. Honestly, I don't know if it was a dog. It was like I don't know what it was. Do you know what it looked like?
It was something weird.
It looked like the dog from that one Tim Burton movie where the dog, like Frankenweenie.
Yes.
Is that what it's called? Frankenweenie?
Frankenweenie, or is there a dog in the Bride?
Corpse
something?
Bride. There is a dog in the Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
Me and Judy watched Corpse Bride last night. There is a dog. So it kind of looked like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was...
Hated it.
It was...
Not it.
It was a movie. It was a movie, I will say that.
It was a movie.
I will definitely be showing this to my little children to scare them out of watching TV.
I mean, there you go. They also get sucked into the TV that rolls.
But have you heard all about how cursed this movie is? Like, everything that's come from this?
Judy was telling me a little bit about it. Do you want to go into it, though?
Sure. So,
because I think you're a little bit more knowledgeable.
So the girl, the older daughter...
She was murdered.
She was murdered, like, months after. Like, it was very, very soon after. Her, like, ex-boyfriend or something, I think they did actually date, but he was, like, stalking her, murdered her, And I think her mom, too. Maybe.
Really?
I can't remember. But she was definitely murdered. And, like, pretty brutally murdered, too. Which is very, very sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah.
And then the little girl, she died, too, of, like... She was in all of the Poltergeist. She played the little girl in all of the Poltergeist. So after the last Poltergeist, she, like, I think it was, like, cardiac arrest or something like that. Like, when she was, like, 12. Like,
Wild.
she was really young. It was really sad.
Oh, that's so sad.
And I'm trying to think. I think there's more things. The skeletons.
Makes me so mad.
I can't even, like, it, I can't even.
Can't even think about it.
Think about it. I'm trying to think. Was there more? I feel like there was more.
That's all that I had heard was those.
There's a guy in another one of the movies who died pretty brutally after as well. Or maybe he was a pedophile. I can't remember.
I mean, what a what is he? What happened?
I don't know. I'd have to have Judy come in, but I don't know. But it's a very cursed movie. Very, very cursed.
Yeah,
I feel like Spielberg only did the first one. I don't think he did the other two.
Well, I hope he didn't, because I'm sure they were worse than this, and this was pretty bad.
It's not a glowing piece of art on his resume, I've got to say.
No, I would agree.
But I would encourage everyone to go watch it, because it is iconic and it's a classic. Like, you can't argue with it.
Yeah, it's iconic. But, like, it didn't love it.
But, yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. It was...
I don't know either.
It is what it is.
It was just what it is.
It's an icon. What can I say?
Yeah. I get it.
But, so that was movie reviews with us. I didn't do this at the beginning. Movie reviews with us. Poltergeist.
Halloween edition.
Spooky
edition. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, we did it.
Yes.
We did it.
So we did get Emily to watch a movie that is considered a scary movie. Is it actually scary? No. But it is considered a scary movie. So that's a movement in the right direction.
That's something for a win for you guys.
Yeah.
So, but... Okay, well.
So happy, I hope you guys have a very, very happy Halloween. I hope you enjoyed Spooky Month. We had a lot of fun doing these spooky themed episodes.
I loved a theme month. This was really fun.
Very fun.
Like, December gonna be a theme month? Probably.
Maybe. We shall see.
So... Yeah.
But yeah.
Which also this is something that's really exciting that did happen this week, because we didn't even go into our weeks. We didn't even talk about that this week.
Talk about our weeks.
But I booked tickets home. I'm coming home for Christmas. I'm going to be in Utah for 2 weeks. So,
you'll have some in-person episodes once again. Maybe.
Wild.
Maybe I'll still make her record over soon.
I hope not. But yeah, so that's exciting. So, that'll be a fun addition to Christmas month. To Christmas season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to think if anything happened to me this week. No. Very boring week.
There you go. But all in all, I think this was a great episode, a great end to Spooky Month.
Yes. Again, let us know what you're dressing up as for Halloween. We want to see. We want to know.
Yeah. We'll put out some question boxes of like what you're going to be Halloween ideas on stories this week, cuz I feel like interactive stories are so fun. Like we've just love hearing from you guys. So we'll put some stuff out this week. But yeah, I think that's all we have for you guys.
Yeah,
so
I think that's it.
Yeah, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, 801diaries, everywhere, and subscribe, rate, review on your streaming platform. We love you guys. I don't know. Anything else?
Send in your One Direction memories so we can all mourn together.
Yes. We will, we'll put up a One Direction thing and then we can talk all about One Direction maybe next week or something, so. Okay, well, we will see you guys later. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.